Now, as mentioned earlier, the AdonisJS starter kits come with authentication working out of the box. I firmly believe in learning by doing, so rather than just going over what's already there, in this lesson, all that we're going to do is remove the route level portions of the authentication framework that's in place and it's been given to us by the starter kit. We're then going to go through and redo it ourselves in this module so that we know exactly what's happening. Now, since we're already familiar with all of the authentication framework's EdgeJS syntax, we're going to skip that, leave that in place, and we'll just focus on the back end side of things. So to start, I'm going to hit Command P and we can dive into our routes.ts file within our start directory. And we'll start by just deleting out these route definitions for authentication. That's going to allow us to also delete those controllers so that we can re-implement them ourselves without running into any errors. Once those are gone, we can go ahead and scroll up within our file tree to our app controllers directory. And we're just going to right click and just fully remove the new account one. So we'll just delete it and move it to trash, as well as the session controller. So we'll right click that one as well, delete, and move that to the trash. So at this point, all that we should have is our challenges controller. Within our validators directory, there's also a user validator. We can go ahead and right click and delete that as well. So I'll move that to the trash too. Perfect. All that leaves us now is the config level things that we're going to cover as we go through the implementation of our authentication. Those config level things are things that AdonisJS would have configured for us automatically anyway if we were adding the authentication package into this project. So there's nothing for us to implement there. We just need to know what's happening. In addition, we're already familiar with the syntax that's happening within our EdgeJS pages for authentication and just do a quick refresher. So to start, let's go into our auth login page. For starters here, we have our form component accepting in our route identifier as well as the method of post so that sends as a post request. And this form component also adds in our CSRF field as well for our CSRF protection for those post, put, patch, and delete requests. Also remember that this form component underneath the hood is taking in the route method, route params, route options, props that we provide it, and actually building out that final URL for us, automatically handling HTTP method spoofing as well so that we could utilize a put, patch, or delete within this method, despite browsers themselves not really supporting it. Then we have our field components that build out the actual inputs. The field root injects the field's context, which includes the input's name, old value, and previous submission if they submitted with an error, as well as that error state. The label control and error components then use this context to build out their applicable section of the input. Finally, we have our button, which obviously adds in the submit button for our form. It is prefixed with an exclamation point, similar to the label control and error components, to indicate to EdgeJS that this is a self-closing component and doesn't need an end. Popping over into our signup, then there's really only two different fields that make up the difference between these two, and that's the full name field, as well as there should be a password confirmation field right down here as well. Everything else is pretty much the same, except for some text and where exactly this form is posting to. Lastly, if we dig into our partials inside of the header partial that we have, this is specifically the portion across the top of the browser's page. So if there is an auth user, and we're going to get more comfortable with this auth and user property throughout this module, so don't get hung up on that here. But if we have that value, then that means that we're ultimately logged in. So it's going to show the user's initials within an avatar component and offer them a logout button. Otherwise, if they're not logged in, then it's going to show the account creation and login links. And do note here that the logout is sending up a post request. This is done to prevent CSRF attacks. Someone could force a user to log out through malicious means if we were to use a GET request here. Plus, among other things, it also helps prevent the user from being accidentally logged out due to something like prefetching. Prefetching is when a page is eagerly loaded before the user actually clicks on a link to go to that page. Now, this is the only EdgeJS portion that we are going to change, because if we actually jump back into our browser right now, you'll notice that we're getting an error because we've removed those routes. New account.create is no longer defined as a route definition. Yet, this portion right here is trying to reference and build out a route for that. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it and give ourselves a to-do comment there. With that in place, we should be able to refresh our browser and get it back. These buttons right up here are what we removed. You might have noticed that we had a sign up and sign in button right up there. Great, so that should get us going. Let's go ahead and get started in the next lesson.